Well, hello there. Sarge and I would like to welcome you to another installment of Conversational Shaving. Isn't that right, Sarge? He just got up from a nap, so he's a little bit stunned, I think. Well, hello there. I've already prepped my face with some of this Taylor of Old Bond Street chamomile shave oil there. And my razor today is going to be this one-piece non-adjustable twist to open. It's a Gillette Red Tip, and in there, I'll just show you the blade. It's one of these Personna Lab Blues, and it looks like it's going to be on its second use. Excuse me, there's one little dot on there. And hey, I can even show you the thing those came in here. Here we go. Oh, I got it backward. There we go. I should have had that out to begin with, but that's what those come in. I hear that these are going to be changing their name and coming in a all black and white packaging. I forget the name of the blade, but what it's going to be. It's going to be the same blade with a different name. And you can look on, let's see, I think it's Razor Emporium, that guy. He's got a video up about those, which are a lot of people's favorite blade, are going to be changing their names. So now you know the razor, you know the blade. Let me show you my soap here. This has been used a lot. It's a Palmolive Shaving Stick, and I finally got one of these to put it in. It is one of those old tin things that they used to come in way before a lot of us were born. And I'm only 39, so what do I know about this stuff? But yeah, it came in, or not this particular one, but they came in these things, which you can get for very reasonable prices on eBay and probably Etsy and some of the other other apps, websites. And even with the little thing that you hold this by, it fits in there almost perfectly. And there's still like a little paper board inside of that, inside the wall, inside whatever, inside the cylinder, still paper board there. So yeah, I think I got this for somewhere around 10 bucks delivered, I think. So there is that, and I've already applied some of that to my face, which you may not be able to tell. And I put a little bit, just a little bit on this brush. It's going to be the Simpson T3 Trafalgar synthetic brush again. I've had very good luck with this brush. I'm going to dip just the tip of it in some warm water there and try to get a lather started on my face, and I hope you're all doing well out there. Whoa. It's funny, I'm splinging water everywhere, but I still need a little bit more water on the brush. Takes a minute here. Yeah, I really am flinging water everywhere from this brush, but I'm starting to get a halfway decent lather here. And usually these lathers get better as they go. Kind of got to get shaving here because I'm wasting a lot of time lathering and telling you about some things that I was telling you about. Okay, I'm going to kind of wipe my hands off in the big towel back here, and I'm going to try to get a shave started. I just wet the razor there. Here we go, pass number 1 with the grain. Personna Lab Blue blade, second use. And the Gillette Red Tip Super Speed razor, the most aggressive of the flare tip Gillette razors, supposedly. More aggressive than the blue tip, which is the least aggressive, supposedly, and more aggressive than the silver tip, which is supposed to be somewhere in the middle. But this is just the perfect amount of aggression for me right now, because about 2 days worth of growth here, almost exactly 2 days worth of growth. Let me go ahead and rinse the razor. Okay, I'll go to my chin now. Sarge the cat just hopped out of the shower. He wasn't taking a shower, but he was drinking some water that I put in there for him. He likes to see the water run into the bathtub out of the spigot. Ooh. I'm going to wet the razor again. I'm going to let Sarge out here. He wants out. Okay, I'll go to my neck area here. Nice shave so far, except when I was flinging water all over the place. That happens sometimes. I knew somebody once from one of the African countries, black fellow, not that it matters the color of his skin, but he was a fellow from kind of fresh off the boat, and at the comedy club where I used to work, he would come occasionally to make a few bucks to do some extra work, and they'd have him clean the bathroom, and he'd be like cleaning the ceiling, the walls, everything from the top on down, which is, I guess, the way they do it over in Africa, and it kind of makes sense. And the way I was flinging water everywhere here just now, it seems like maybe I need just an all-tile bathroom, floor to ceiling, that can be hosed out or something. And that flinging water wouldn't hurt anything, which I guess what little bit of water I flung from my shaving won't hurt anything. I'll be right back, and then we'll go across the grain. Well, I just got more lather off the brush, and there seems to be a lot of it, but I don't know if it transferred to my face that well. For the third pass, I might go back to the shaving stick again, but here we go across the grain. Maybe I can slow down a little bit now. I don't like to make these videos go too long. I went to the doctor. I had just a checkup, which my doctor wants me to have every so often, and mostly a clean bill of health. Although I might have the beginning of some cataracts, and if it keeps going the way it's going, maybe in 20 or 30 years I might have to do something about my kidneys. Hopefully dialysis will be obsolete then, and they'll have a pill you can swallow or something. I do have to be careful though. I take a lot of things for granted, and I have diabetes, so I've got to be more careful. I'm not really being uncareful, but I'm not being careful enough regarding, my kidneys. I know I drink too much pop, especially in the winter time when you'd think maybe you wouldn't drink a lot of cold drinks, but I'm inside a lot more, and there's less to do. When I am not working or doing something else, there's less to do during the winter because I can't go out and garden or take the cat for a walk in my backpack that I put him in. Excuse me. Okay, I gotta lighten up. I'm getting too heavy-handed with the razor here. I was feeling a little bit of irritation, but I know why that is, because I was pushing too hard. Okay, I'll go up to above my upper lip here. I know I've got lather in my nose. I try to shave until I hear no more audio feedback, but I need to save some of that for the next pass, I'm sure. I'm going to go to the neck area here. I'll use my non-dominant hand for this side over here. Still getting a bit of the cheek here too. Took a shower earlier. The cat used to like to get in there and lick up any excess water that was left in the shower, so I just started closing the drain and putting a little fresh water in there for him, since which is not to say that he doesn't have a bowl of water. He's got a bowl of water out there too, but a little treat for him is to see me get the water fresh out of the tap, and he likes to occasionally hop in the bathtub and drink some water out of there. And if that sounds weird, you'll have to ask him about it, because that's what he likes. It's not something I do. But I do, for him, put a little water, a little fresh water in there. Okay, we'll go over here. You know, I'm feeling less irritation now because I'm not pushing as hard. I'm still kind of shaving over the same spots repeatedly, but I don't feel the irritation. Now I can stop. That's that pass done. I'll come back and we'll have pass number 3 against the grain. Well, I did go back to the stick and tried to get a little thicker lather, but yeah, it's okay. It's good. And against the grain we go. I'll start on my neck this time. You know, when I took my cat Sarge to the vet a week or 2 ago, he got a cleaner bill of health than I did when I went to the people doctor. Other than the fact that he has some tartar on his teeth, some gingivitis, and he's overweight. So I got him some diet cat food, which I don't think that's helping much. He's not eating a lot. It's not that he's starving either. He's always been a big boy. He's a big 20-pound feline. And I got him some kitty toothpaste, kitty toothbrush, and a little finger kitty toothbrush. And I've only tried to brush his teeth a couple of times, and you can trust me when I say he doesn't particularly care for that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to rinse the razor now. Still the against the grain pass. I'm still hearing a lot of audio feedback. I want to get my face pretty smooth here. I know I can go over the neck again, and technically I could go over the face again, but that'd be like a full 4th pass. And usually it's 3 passes plus touch-ups, and touch-ups are on the neck, or pick-ups as they say on the other side of the pond. Paul H. and some of the other people from the UK have kind of popularized the term pickups, which we used to call touch-ups over here. But back in the day, not everybody shaved like we do now, with 3 passes and pickups or touch-ups. Excuse me. Okay. No, I used to do just 1 pass and out the door, and that would be with a disposable or a cartridge razor. And even though it's rare, I will still, if I'm in that big of a hurry and I need to get out the door, but I need a presentable shave, I'll do 1 pass with probably a disposable and some can of goo, and just get out the door. But that's just when I don't have time to do all this. Going against the grain above my upper lip, that can be kind of dicey, so to speak. It looks like it's okay this time. We'll let it go. I'll be right back for pickups or touch-ups. Well, hey Sarge, what time is it? It's pickup time, Sarge. Isn't that exciting? Can you hear Sarge? Well, he was kind of purring. I don't know. Sarge, I'll put you down. I'm sorry. I keep bothering him. But Sarge is, he's a pretty happy cat. And now, yeah, I'll freshen this up a bit. I'm going to do pickups or touch-ups on the neck area and under the chin. Just try to get this decent. If I wasn't making a video, I could probably really overdo the shave. I'm trying to keep certain reasonable time constraints here. And even though I'm not a very hirsute individual, I'm still hearing some audio feedback here. Okay, kitty, hold on. Now the cat wants out. And I was trying to make it so maybe, now there's not as much, so that maybe you could hear some of the residual audio feedback. Sorry if I'm getting too close to the camera. Sarge, I'll let you out. Go ahead. And then I will rinse the razor and go over my neck one more time. I don't usually feel this rushed when I'm making a video. However, this time I feel like I had more than usual to tell you about my life and about the shaving, and the shaving products like that Colgate tin, for example, that many of you have probably seen on eBay or one of those other websites and thought about buying, but for one reason or another you might not have. But yeah, it's nice to know that the entire Colgate stick, including this little thing on the bottom, fits in there. And I'm done with touch-ups or pickups. And you know, if a person's reasonable, I'd say this is a BBS shave. It's maybe the bottom rung of the BBS portion of the ladder or whatever, but it's still pretty nice. And I could sit here and gild the lily for a while, but let's get going on to the next thing. Okay, it's time to dry off with Mr. Towel here, because I already rinsed my face in some very cold water. Pretty decent shave, still some audio feedback with the towel down here, but not too bad. I had some really close and really nice, comfortable shaves this past week off camera, but I felt like I had plenty of time to shave and then gild the proverbial lily by gently doing a lot, probably, of touch-ups. Although there weren't always, in a couple of those shaves, a lot of touch-ups weren't necessary because I had a sharp, comfortable blade, whatever that was. I don't remember now. I've got so many blades. I would be hard-pressed to try to figure out which ones I use on any given day if I don't write it down. You can look on my shaves of the day on Facebook, and I shaved 3 times this last week, every other day, but you can see what I used on there, and those were all 3 great shaves. And now that I've rinsed off and dried off, I'm going to start a brief recap, and then I'll put the finishing touches on the shave here. Well, before I got on camera, I prepped my face with it's the Taylor of Old Bond Street Chamomile Shave Oil. It's pretty pleasant, and a little bit goes a long way. Hence the small bottle, I guess. My razor has been this one-piece, twist-to-open, non-adjustable Gillette Red Tip Super Speed. And it's one of their flare tips, the most aggressive of those, supposedly. And you can maybe see what kind of blade gap you got there. It's not super aggressive, but it is a little bit, just a little bit aggressive. And my soap, well, it's in here. It's been this Colgate shaving stick. It says New York, USA. I guess that's where they used to be made here in the States. You can see the old logo there. And I'll pop it out of here one more time. Yeah, it fits in there nicely. This one's almost done because I've used it so much, and thank goodness I have some more. But yeah, and even this little green thing that you're supposed to hold it by, that and the stick fit very nicely in there. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. They fit, well, perfectly, good enough, without getting stuck in there. I forgot to mention that my blade in my razor was one of these Personna Lab Blue blades on its second use. And my brush was this Simpson T3 Trafalgar brush, synthetic. Very nice. And let's see, I guess I've covered all that, so I'm going to reach over for some of the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Let's get going here. Let's try to get this in under half an hour, which I think we can do, especially once I edit out the fat. Feeling a little sting there. Because, as I often tell you, which is true, the T.M. Dickinson's Witch Hazel and a lot of the clear witch hazels that you buy at the store are 14% alcohol by volume. That makes them mild astringents, of course. And you can also buy witch hazel, such as Thayer's, that is alcohol-free and is just considered a toner. And there's other brands too, Humphreys and so forth and so on. So that's T.M. Dickinson's Witch Hazel, once again. Okay? And an aftershave that I think goes well with the Palmolive, although not made by Palmolive, I guess, well, obviously not. It's the Barbasol Brisk aftershave, which is green in color. And I have to be careful because that has not a very narrow restrictor on it. So get just a little bit going in my hands there. Very good. Get that going in the hands, on the wrists. Up behind the ears, the temples, back of the neck a little bit. And as you might imagine, even more sting because there's more alcohol in that, but boy does it smell nice. And I think it goes well with the green Palmolive shave stick. Ah, very nice, very nice. Let me put the lid back on that and show it to you again. The Barbasol Brisk aftershave, which I believe they still make this, but they quit making their Pacific Blue, which was blue in color. They quit making that, so if you find an old bottle of that on eBay or whatever app or website you use, it's going to be at a premium. You could pay like, I don't know, $25, $30, $40, maybe $50 a bottle for one of the Pacific Blues, but I think I got this one for $5 because it's the green Brisk that's still being made. Okay, I keep talking, I need to shut up. And finally, I'm going to finish myself off here with the L'Oreal Men Expert Hydra Sensitive Soothing Aftershave Balm, which it tells you is 0% alcohol and designed for sensitive skin, and it has natural birch sap in it, it says. So shake that up a little bit, get some of that going. It won't take a lot. That's probably more than enough right there. Good stuff, great stuff. It was one of Paul H's videos that turned me on to this stuff. And they have some other products that I want to check out one of these days. I forget what they are. If they're aftershaves or pre-shaves or what they are. But L'Oreal, I think they still make women's makeup and stuff. Mostly women's products here in the United States. And it looks as if they're still making a lot of men's products overseas, across the pond and elsewhere. In Europe and perhaps Asia. Maybe Africa, maybe down under, I don't know. That's it, I'm done. Hey, I feel great, and I smell great. Even that, let me show you this again. This stuff has a pretty nice scent too, and it does not clash with anything I've used. In fact, it all goes together very well. On that note, I'm going to leave you, but I'll try to be back again next week, or next week-ish, you know. And on behalf of myself, Sarge the Cat, and Mr. Towel, have a great week ahead. Peace out.